What's up, ladies and gentlemen? It's Skill Up here with another Division video. This is my weekly Should I Buy It? A look at what the vendors have selling this week. Should you buy it? And if you do buy it, how do you mod it to get the most out of it? I do these videos every single week at this time, so be sure to subscribe if you like that sort of content. And with that, let's get stuck straight into it. For PC and Xbox players heading downstairs into the terminal, you will see on your left that there is a vendor there, and he generally sells very low-level stuff. But the reason I'm bringing this one to your attention is because he's actually selling a really interesting Scar H Marksman Rifle. Now, I would never recommend using a Scar H, and I would never recommend using a 182 at this point in the gear cycle. However, this one has vicious, it has cool-headed, and it has capable on it, which is just amazing if you are looking to run an Alpha Bridge gear set. So Alpha Bridge obviously allows you to activate all of your talents on both weapons if you're using the same weapon in each slot, so long as you meet all of the talent requirements. So long as you can hit 1890 electronics, which is really the only tricky requirement here, then you will unlock both of these talents, or all three of these, as well as whatever you have on your main weapon. And you can use your main weapon as an M1A instead of obviously a Scar, because, I mean, yeah, no one's going to use that, and it's fantastic. So, yeah, this is a really, really, really good Alpha Bridge complement to a Marksman Rifle build, so I'd recommend picking that up if that's your thing. Heading down into the underground, again, PC and Xbox, we have the vendor here that's selling a 229 PP19. It's actually pretty decent, to be honest with you. It's got Predatory on it, which is a little bit tricky to hit in terms of the requirement. You need 1695 electronics, but it's not a bad talent when you do get it working. It's got Destructive, obviously only works in PvE, does not work against players, but, you know, the extra 20 or 19% damage is quite good. And Hurried, which, you know, a lot of people are really curious about whether or not this is a good talent, but yeah, it's absolutely a good talent. If I get a 1 second reload time on my SMG, that's a huge increase in throughput, which is a sizable increase in DPS. So not a bad weapon at all. The military G36 here has Prepared, Skilled, and Focused. I'm not going to talk about that one except to say that it is not a great weapon. And for the other weapons, the two PP19s, the 182 and the 163, I'd really recommend steering clear of those. The talents are not good. This one could have been good were it not for the very high requirements on Skilled, requiring 2167 electronics, which most of us are not running at this point. And with that, let's head over to the Darkzone to see what they have to offer. At the DZ3 vendor, the pickings are a little slimmer. There's the Police MK17, which is another Scar H type Marksman Rifle. It does have Balanced and Cool-Headed on it though. Two fairly okay talents. Balanced is actually not that bad if you're using, say, an SVD, which functions very much like a battle rifle. You kind of want to use it at medium ranges. So Balanced can actually be quite a good talent in that context. Cool-Headed is obviously really awesome in a variety of builds. So again, if you're looking for an Alpha Bridge set, you might want to think about this one, but really I'd go for the other one that I've already suggested. It's just way better. There's a converted SMG 9, which is nothing special on that one. It's got Competent, Stable, and Commanding. We've got a Sausage with Adept, Unforgiving, and Capable. Nothing special there. A capable Classic M60 with Talented, Skilled, and Accurate. Again, nothing worth singing about there. And finally, the 229 weapon this week is a military L86 LSW with 23% damage to targets out of cover. It's rolled with Deadly, it's rolled with Talented, and it has Skilled as in the free slot. Now, this is actually a really decent weapon, to be honest with you. I'm actually using an L86 at the moment myself. And the damage roll on this one is quite decent. My one has Brutal and Deadly on it. I've also got Predatory, but I can't activate that one. But yeah, essentially the L86 is currently the best LMG in the game. And since the G36 took its nerf, the L86 it's probably the best non-SMG automatic weapon to be using right now. So this is a decent weapon, and I'd probably recommend picking this one up and then re-rolling Talented to something else. You'll actually get a lot of use out of this weapon. Give it a go. Your character sheet DPS will be understated by 20% because this value is not reflected in your sheet DPS. So whatever appears here, you add 20% to that to get to where you're really at. And as I said, the L86 at the moment producing some really nice numbers. So do give it a try if you haven't, because it's quite worthwhile. Anyone that's still looking to craft weapons for, say, Alpha Bridge sets, there's a military MK46 here, which is an LMG, and a tactical ACR assault rifle. Very quickly, the DZ4 vendor is selling the firearms gear mod blueprint this week, the level 32 one. So if you haven't got that one, then I definitely recommend picking it up. And finally, at the DZ5 vendor, the mods vendor, we have a very disappointing week indeed. We have a Tri-Rant suppressor. It's reduced threat on it, which immediately renders it completely useless because threat is not a functional mechanic in this game at the moment. Compensator, we've got horizontal stability and optimal range. Wouldn't really recommend a 10% optimal range on your muzzle compared to, you know, what you could get in crit chance or crit hit damage. So would not recommend this one at all. And in terms of the blueprints this week, we have quick release, which is reload speed on your magazine. Again, absolutely would never recommend reload speed. The benefit is just negligible versus the other benefits that you can get on other mod types. And then we have vertical grip wolf gray blueprint with initial bullet stability, which I've already explained is the worst type of stability and useful only in very specific circumstances. And then finally we have the, you know, the rugged mini reflex blueprint with accuracy, the PEQ-15 laser with hipfire accuracy, which again, we would never mod for hipfire accuracy because we generally don't use our weapons that way. And that's it, guys. That's the should I buy it for the week. Nothing worth purchasing in terms of stuff that you would equip in your main slot. So I won't be doing any mod advice this week. However, do pick up that Scar H that we saw at the base of operations. If you ever thought about running a Marksman Rifle Alpha Bridge build, you really couldn't do much better than that one. It's a pretty top pick. Anyway, guys, if you liked this video and you found it useful, don't forget to like. And if you haven't subscribed to my channel, you can do that now. Fingers crossed, I'll have a PP19 SMG review out tomorrow. And obviously, plenty of videos going forward covering all sorts of Division, you know, news coverage and theory craft. So stick around. Thanks for watching, guys. Take good care, and I'll see you in the Darkzone. Bye bye.